Hi everyone and welcome back to the Bods. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You join me today for another Brickworld Chicago overview. So these are going to be about 10 to 15 minutes long. I'm not sure how many videos there will have to be because it was a massive show. I've tried my hardest to credit everyone in the description below. If you find that I've recorded your mock and I've not credited you, or you want me to add some socials to that description, do just leave me a comment and I will update that. But let's get straight into it. So we're starting off here with some arcade type games. So these are like just tower games, I think, but lots of different characters inside. This one's all based around the Joker. Then we've got Shelob's Lair here. There's a lot of spider webs and spiders in that one. Look away if you're scared of spiders. This one's Superman based, or Marvel maybe. Nice Star Warsy one there, and this thing on the top is just freaky looking. Another Star Wars one here as well. This is the thing, the size of these builds are huge. I don't know how they get them to this show. It's very impressive. We have Jurassic Park here. Lots of dinosaurs. And then that's an IKEA shark, apparently. I think they do a cuddly toy shark. And Five Nights at Freddy's, which I've not seen. I really like these figures here, and the autumn one, they're all seasons, but the autumn one is on display at the Lego house currently. There's Medusa as well there. Just the detailing on some of these. This entire stand is all about Napoleon Dynamite, film I don't think I've actually seen. I did borrow it from my friend once, but I don't think I ever watched it. And then we've got some various different horror scenes here as well. And the way Chicago's set out, you have quite a lot of big stands with like an entire lug-in, and then they have like a big space in the middle where they can sit and have social events. The Louvre was very good. I was expecting to see something underneath, but I think that's just there to sort of add some light in. And then I'm pretty sure that this one was motorised at points. Now this was probably one of the most standout ones from the show. This is the Walking City. The guy from last year who did the horse, and he said he hadn't done many buildings until he'd started this, so he's actually more proud of the buildings that are at the top of the man than the ones at the bottom, although I quite like that very bottom right leg. So much colour in here, so much detail, and this looked fantastic lit up at night as well. And also all those little motorised details. He had a couple of smaller builds with him as well. There's a lot of love for sort of the bionicle looking elements as well. Quite a lot of those pieces were used in a lot of these mocks. This dad and son, they were really nice to talk to. His son was a big fan of horror, so there was loads of horror scenes in there. And then you've got this massive Skull Mountain roller coaster. So much detail has gone into that. And obviously you can recognise the worm from Beetlejuice. And there's lots of little scenes inside as well. Here it is going. It was fast. Now some of this footage I took before I think they were completely set up. So this is the Lego Masters, and there's a whole season that they hadn't put out yet. Sorry about that. And I really like it when you do Star Wars, but slightly different. So the Barbie Star Wars ATTE, I think it is. I think that I enjoyed that. There's a lot of families there, so a lot of kids behind the stands. They seem to have a great time. And quite a lot of the lug tables had smaller mocks and things that were just sort of labelled Jake and things, so couldn't really attribute them to a specific person. But I think that's, again, shows the family nature of some of these builds. They're working as a team and they're there to support the kids as well. This one had a lot of water in it, which sort of pumped through a little bit, give it a nice effect. You'll see the motors on this side whirring away. Now, I do like this one. A little bit of Lord of the Rings, or Hobbit, I guess, could be that. Doesn't go amiss. And this just was fantastic. The detail in this Toy Story room was amazing. It's such a different scale as well. Real world objects out of Lego always confuse me, especially like a weed whacker, I think they call it. I think we call them strimmers in this country, but yeah, a weed whacker is such a better term, I feel. Now, I'm not a fan of brickheads, but I did quite like these. Although the Doctor Who one being 2 characters confused me. I did check that with Gaz though, and apparently that's accurate. That's what happened. They split into 2. Quite a few large-scale cityscapes. This one is all based on 60 Years of Spider-Man. I even recognise that scene where he's holding the train. I haven't seen all of the Spider-Mans, but I remember that one. So many references to films that I have not seen. I've not seen Dune, but I'm sure this is perfectly accurate. Really interesting techniques to look at though, even if you've not seen the film. Habitats were quite popular as well. I guess they're easy to transport to a show this size. And there were quite a few coral reefs. This one is a pool party with a bit of coral reef underneath. But there was some big coral reefs coming soon. Not in this video. Now here we have one of my favourite builds from the show, the Jawas instead of Jaws. I thought that was such a great play on words, and I enjoy the ones that have got humour in them. Also quite relevant given that the new Jaws set is coming. And then at the front here you've got the middle-aged mutant Ninja Turtles, which I think is hilarious as well, mowing the grass there. There's a really good use of lighting here, with the UV, make it all glow. A lot going on in there. These ones are just insane. So it just looks like throw as many pieces together as you can, but just getting them to stay together and having like a vague shape. So they're clearly like vehicles that are picking up like rubbish as they're driving around, I think. And the pieces in this, I mean, how do they conceive these things and actually get the parts to stay? It's mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. We had a really big steampunk layout, and steampunk is just such a fun looking thing. All the metally details, the gold, all the browns. I mean, the balloons on this. Look how fantastic that looks. And this one's very futuristic-y and colourful. I like a colourful rock. And then I was just blown away by the size of this. I think this was maybe like the nod to New Hiroshima, just cramming as much detail into a small space as possible. And I really love the purple palace because it's purple, obviously. This one's got a dreams undertone in it. There's lots of dreams stuff in this one. Night making. And then a nice theatre, which has got a lot of people, Star Warsy people watching something. I'm not sure what they're watching. And again, Star Wars always impresses me for the greebling that you get. And the mosaics there at Brickworld were on point as well. That one, beautiful sunflowers. And then I love a zoo. I think the joy in building a zoo is the building part though, because when I look at a zoo, it's just a lot of animals crammed in and it looks expensive, but I think I'd really enjoy building it up. This one is a standout piece for sure. The way they've used the cupcakes and that curve of the stone as well with a little cave underneath. I mean, it is fantastic. And the lighting really did this one justice. Look at that. I don't know what Pikmin is, but I like it. I do recognise White Snow Wars things as Hoth, and I feel very sad for that little Walker that's fallen over there. He looks like he's really hurt his neck there. Now this was a collaboration of habitats. They were arriving the entire weekend and being stacked up. I don't think I've got a view of it as it was finished, but there's a list there of all of the contributors. Far and wide they come from, and then some Barbie greebling. Look at that, look how cool that is. And then supersized moonstones from the Monster Fighters range, and again these lit up beautifully. Some Disney villains as well, and some Squishmallows. It didn't see much Minecraft at the show. And then we've got a lavender Viking diorama there. Nice little pool party as well. Some of the train layouts were huge. This is one of the smaller ones, in fact. Lots of colour going into those buildings. That's a very well lit street there. Look at how many lampposts it has. Don't get that in the UK. So I think I have to say my favourite one from this video is discovering Flora Vale. It's just so beautiful, and I really love the way they've made that curved cave and all that rock work and those cupcake pieces. So let me know in the comments below what your favourite from this video was. If you want to see more from Brickworld Chicago, I'll link up the Brickworld Chicago playlist at the end. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an update. See you later.